All right, let's just get right into it. If you feel like you are constantly, and I mean constantly drowning in work, I'm going to challenge the way you've been thinking about this whole thing. Because the problem? It isn't your calendar. It's not your to-do list or what time you wake up. It's something way, way bigger.
Yeah, we've all heard this a million times, right? You've probably tried every single productivity hack out there. The Pomodoro technique, task batching, maybe you even tried joining the 5 a.m. club. But if you're still falling behind, listen to me. It is not because you're failing the system. The system is failing you.
And here's the absolute truth of it. You don't have a time management problem. You have a capacity problem. See, you are one person trying to do the work of an entire department, and no amount of working smarter can ever change that basic math. So let's break down exactly why you feel this way. Because it's not just a feeling, it's actual math. There's this invisible force at play that we call a structural deficit. And honestly, it's the real thing that's holding your business back. Think about it. A business that's actually growing needs realistically over 120 hours of work poured into it every single week. That's marketing, sales, admin, actually doing the thing you sell. You, as a human being, can maybe push 50 hours before you just completely burn out. That giant gap in the middle? Yep, that's your structural deficit. So we're talking about a deficit of around 80 hours every single week. I mean, just look at that number, 80 hours. No life hack, no fancy app, no motivational quote on Instagram is going to magically create 80 extra hours for you. You can't just optimize that problem away. You have to multiply your output.
So when you're staring down an 80-hour hole every week, you're at a crossroads. You've really only got 3 ways you can go. But as you're about to see, only one of these paths actually leads to real, sustainable growth and, the freedom you probably started this business for in the first place.
Okay, just look at this chart. Option 1, grind harder. The cost is your own burnout, and you gain almost no extra capacity. Option 2, hire a team. That's a great idea until you see the price tag. We're talking $250,000, and it'll take you the better part of a year to see real results. Or there's option 3, leverage AI systems. The difference is it's staggering. It's a fraction of the cost. You get results in weeks, not months, and the capacity you gain is massive. And the best part? Zero turnover risk.
Let's make this really personal. Forget the numbers for a minute, and just think about your actual day. I want you to imagine 2 different versions of the exact same Tuesday. Your Tuesday. So does this sound familiar? This is the before timeline. You wake up already feeling behind. Your day is just a chaotic mess of putting out fires, you miss out on a hot lead because you were swamped, and then at 9:30 at night after the family's asleep, that's when your real work begins. The feeling is just, you're trapped, you're exhausted. Now picture this, the after timeline. You wake up, you're rested, and the first thing you see is a summary of what your automated systems already handled overnight. Your morning is pure, uninterrupted deep work on stuff that actually matters. You take a real lunch break. And at 5 p.m., you're done, actually done for the day. The feeling? It's freedom. You're ahead, you're in control.
So the big question is, how do you get from that first Tuesday to the second one? The answer is to completely change your approach. You have to multiply your capacity. And the best way to wrap your head around this is to think about it like this. You're going to clone yourself.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. It's not about just getting one new tool. It's about building an entire team of specialized AI agents, digital clones of you, each one trained to be an expert at one specific part of your business. So let's meet your new team. First up, your marketer clone. This agent is creating hundreds of on-brand social posts and dozens of SEO-optimized articles, all while you're sleeping. This is the work of an entire content agency, just done for you automatically.
Next up, your sales rep clone. This one never gets tired, never takes a day off. It responds to every single lead in under a minute, qualifies them, and puts meetings right on your calendar. You literally never lose a hot lead again. We're talking about shortening sales cycles by over 30% and seeing close rates go way, way up. And of course, there's your admin clone. This agent handles all that soul-crushing work that just drains your day. Invoicing, scheduling, data entry, all of it. This alone frees up at least 10 hours of your week so you can focus on the stuff that actually makes money. So when you have this team of clones working for you 24/7, something fundamental shifts. You finally stop working in the business, being the doer of everything, and you start working on the business. You get to be the visionary again. And this is what that actually looks like. Before, you might be lucky to spend 20% of your time on high-value strategic work. But after you put your AI workforce in place, that number completely flips. You're spending 60%, maybe more, of your time being the CEO, not the chief everything officer. The financial side of this is just as mind-blowing. By getting rid of all those separate, expensive tools, things like Salesforce or HubSpot, and consolidating into one smart platform, businesses are saving anywhere from $89,000 to over $200,000 a year. That's real money you can put back into growth, instead of just using it to tread water. Now, I know this might all sound a bit like sci-fi, but it's not magic. It's just smart engineering. And it's so important to understand that these aren't some mysterious black boxes that you have no control over. You are always in charge of the strategy. Think of it like training a new hire, except this one learns at lightning speed. You just show it examples of your best work, you give it your rules, your brand voice, it practices, you give it a little feedback, and once it hits your quality standard, boom, you unleash it to work for you 24/7, perfectly, every time. And the advantage here is just, it's almost not a fair fight. A person can take months to get fully up to speed, and they forget things, they have bad days. An AI agent learns in a couple of weeks, has a perfect memory, and executes with 100% consistency. It never has a bad day. This right here is a really important idea to look for. You don't want someone renting you their locked-down proprietary system. You want an architect who uses powerful tools to build your house on your land. For example, a certified Odoo partner like AgenticMarketingPro does exactly that. They build you an AI-powered system that you completely own, from the ground up. The code, the data, it's all yours. So what's the big takeaway here? It's actually a pretty simple rule to live by. Automate the execution, all the repetitive, rule-based tasks. But you always keep the judgment, the strategy, the empathy, the big decisions human. That's how you get the absolute best of both worlds. So let's just end on this thought. Most of us, we start a business because we want freedom, right? Freedom of time, financial freedom, freedom of purpose. But for so many people, that business slowly turns into a prison that they've built for themselves, brick by overwhelming brick. So the real question is, if the technology to unlock that prison door finally exists, isn't it time to use it?